The Galactic Education Exchange Program had been humanity's first major diplomatic success since contact. When the Zephyrian Council offered to host human students at their prestigious Academy of Universal Sciences, Earth's government jumped at the opportunity. What they didn't anticipate was how much their dietary habits would shock an entire civilization. Elsa Martinez adjusted her translator earpiece as she walked through the crystalline corridors of the Academy. The walls hummed, with a soft blue luminescence casting everything in an ethereal glow. Beside her, Helen Chen clutched her datapad nervously, reviewing the cultural briefings they'd received back on Earth. "Remember," Helen whispered, "the Zephyrians are strict herbivores. Their entire society evolved from what they call gentle grazers. They've never encountered a species that consumes other animals." Elsa nodded, though her stomach was already rumbling. The nutrient paste they'd been given for breakfast was hardly satisfying for someone who'd grown up on her grandmother's carnitas and Helen's mother's beef and broccoli stir-fry. The cafeteria was a marvel of alien architecture, a vast dome where hundreds of species mingled, their conversations creating a symphony of clicks, chirps, and harmonious tones. Floating platforms served various students who couldn't walk on solid ground, while others browsed the extensive salad bars that seemed to stretch endlessly. "Fascinating," murmured Dr. Kethvar, their Zephyrian guide, his tall, willowy frame towering over them. His skin had the texture of bark and shifted color with his emotions, currently a pleased green. "Your species' peaceful nature is exactly what the Council hoped for. Your research on plant-based nutrition has been revolutionary." Elsa and Helen exchanged glances. The research he referred to was actually Earth's attempt to create sustainable food sources for space travel, not some philosophical choice about peaceful living. As they approached the serving area, Elsa's enhanced sense of smell, a gift from her grandmother's hunting lodge upbringing, caught something unexpected. Hidden beneath the overwhelming aroma of exotic fruits and vegetables was something else. Something familiar. "Is that—" Helen began, then stopped herself. "Meat," Elsa finished quietly. "Definitely meat." Dr. Kethvar was busy explaining the nutritional value of Andromedan moss fruits to a group of fascinated students from various worlds. The humans used this distraction to investigate further. Following her nose, Elsa led Helen toward a section of the cafeteria that seemed less populated. Here they found students from a species they hadn't encountered before, short, stocky beings with sharp teeth and predatory eyes. These students were clustered around a private serving station consuming what was unmistakably cooked flesh. "The Quran," Helen read from her datapad, "says here they're obligate carnivores." One of the Koran students noticed their staring. His universal translator crackled to life. "You smell of hunt success. Are you also meat eaters?" Before either human could respond, Dr. Kethvar's horrified gasp echoed behind them. The Zephyrian had gone from green to a stark white, his bark-like skin almost crystallizing with shock. "This is impossible," he stammered. "Humans are documented peaceful herbivores. Your dietary submissions, your cultural essays, everything indicated you'd evolved beyond the primitive consumption of other beings." The cafeteria had gone quiet. Hundreds of alien eyes focused on the small drama unfolding. Elsa realized that their response here could affect humanity's standing in the galactic community forever. She stepped forward, her voice calm but clear. "Dr. Kethvar, I think there's been a misunderstanding. We never claimed to be herbivores," Helen added, pulling up files on her datapad. "Our dietary submissions listed our omnivorous nature clearly." Dr. Kethvar's translator worked furiously as he reviewed the documents. His color shifted through several hues before settling on a confused yellow-orange. But your peaceful space missions, your diplomatic approach, your environmental conservation efforts, are exactly because we understand the food chain," Elsa explained. "Humans learned to hunt cooperatively, which taught us teamwork. We learned to preserve our prey animals, which taught us conservation. We learned that taking life for sustenance is a responsibility, not a right." A Koran student approached, intrigued. "Your kind hunts in packs?" "Some of us do," Elsa nodded. But we also farm, both plants and animals. We've learned to balance our needs with the ecosystem's health. Dr. Kethvar's translator was working overtime as reports flooded in from across the galaxy. It seemed that Earth's diplomatic corps had been very careful about how they'd presented humanity's dietary habits, focusing on their agricultural achievements and sustainability efforts, rather than their omnivorous nature. "This explains so much," whispered a tall crystalline being from the Silicate Confederation. "Human tactical thinking, their pack loyalty, their protective instincts toward smaller species." "You thought we were weak because we eat plants," Helen realized, "but you're amazed that we're effective despite eating meat." The revelation rippled through the assembled students. Species that had dismissed humans as soft herbivores began reassessing everything they thought they knew. The Quran, who had initially respected the humans' scent but dismissed them upon hearing they were plant eaters, now looked at them with newfound interest. "Show us," requested the lead Quran student. "Show us how humans eat." What followed was perhaps the most important meal in human diplomatic history. Elsa and Helen, working with the cafeteria staff, prepared a simple meal that showcased humanity's omnivorous nature: grilled protein alongside fresh vegetables, demonstrating the balance that defined human cuisine. As species after species tasted human-prepared food, the conversation shifted. No longer were humans seen as peaceful herbivores trying to play in a dangerous galaxy. Instead, they were recognized as apex predators who had chosen cooperation over conquest, strength tempered with wisdom. Dr. Kethvar, now a fascinated purple, took notes furiously. "Remarkable. A species that achieved sapience through both hunting and gathering, that learned warfare but chose diplomacy, that understands death but values life." "That's humanity," Elsa said simply, watching as alien students lined up to try human cooking techniques. "We're not peaceful despite our nature. We're peaceful because of it." The misunderstanding that day led to a complete re-evaluation of humanity's position in galactic society. No longer the innocent herbivores needing protection, humans became valued as strategic thinkers who understood both competition and cooperation. And it all started with the smell of properly cooked meat in an alien cafeteria, proving that sometimes the most important diplomatic breakthroughs happen over lunch.